Here's what's moving today across AI, the markets, and geopolitics. We give you the headline first, then the full breakdown on each. From Rewrite, here are today's highlights. Snap launched its Specs augmented reality glasses on Tuesday, positioning the move as part of a broader shift toward the post-smartphone era under CEO. Elbit Systems and Diehl Defence are partnering with SkyStriker to strengthen Germany's defense industry capabilities in Berlin. Asian central banks are moving to diversify away from US. Here's the full picture. Snap launched its Specs augmented reality glasses on Tuesday, positioning the move as part of a broader shift toward the post-smartphone era under CEO Evan Spiegel's direction. The parent company of Snapchat is betting that AR hardware represents the next major computing platform beyond traditional mobile devices. This marks Snap's formal entry into the hardware race, supplying its own branded glasses rather than relying solely on software and advertising. The transmission chain runs from Snap's hardware division through Spiegel's strategic vision to the consumer AR market. Winners include Snap itself if Specs gains traction and opens new advertising surfaces. Losers emerge if regulatory pressure on AR data collection intensifies or if adoption remains too slow to justify the investment. The base scenario holds Specs as a niche luxury product with gradual AR adoption and incremental ad revenue growth over years. The tail risk scenario involves regulatory clampdown on AR privacy, forcing Snap to shutter its hardware division and abandoning the post-smartphone thesis entirely. Looking forward, Snap's ability to integrate AI for real-time visual processing and contextual filtering will determine whether Specs becomes infrastructure or artifact. Elbit Systems and Diehl Defence are partnering with SkyStriker to strengthen Germany's defense industry capabilities in Berlin. The partnership aims to develop sovereign defense capabilities and strengthen Germany's defense industry. Both suppliers are now actively engaged with SkyStriker as of mid-June 2026. Here's the transmission chain. Elbit Systems targets Berlin while supplying SkyStriker. Diehl Defence simultaneously supplies SkyStriker. Both flows converge on a single platform designed to benefit Germany's defense sector. The winner is clear. Germany's defense industry gains access to integrated capabilities from two major suppliers, reducing dependency and accelerating sovereign development. The base case holds steady. SkyStriker maintains development momentum, while the Elbit Diehl collaboration supports incremental German capability gains. The tail risk runs darker. EU regulatory clampdown on defense exports or geopolitical de-escalation could collapse the rearmament momentum entirely, leaving this partnership stranded. The forward arc depends on whether Berlin sustains political will for accelerated defense spending and whether European regulatory frameworks permit this kind of integrated foreign-domestic supply architecture to mature. Asian central banks are moving to diversify away from US dollar reserves as elevated American interest rates make dollar holdings less attractive to their portfolios. The policy signal flows through rates into discount rates, repricing both equities and foreign exchange across the region. US interest rates directly contradict the position of Asian central banks, creating friction in their reserve management strategies. The transmission chain runs from policy signal through rates to discount rate adjustments, triggering equity and currency repricing. Asian central banks emerge as losers in this dynamic, contradicted by US interest rates with high confidence. The base case holds US rates elevated, while Asian central banks maintain steady positions and currencies trade in narrow bands. The tail scenario presents a sharper risk. A dollar spike could trigger an Asian currency crisis, exhausting central bank reserves and spreading contagion across emerging markets. The pattern from mid-June shows US dollar pressure on Asian currencies persisting, with central bank reactions ongoing. Watch whether reserve diversification accelerates or stabilizes over coming months. Want to go deeper? The neural web shows you who's connected to whom. The signal board ranks what's actually moving and why. And the daily briefing is your 5-minute read. It's all live. Start at rewrite.io.